Hey everybody, this is Sherry, and we're going to do a Fluffy Flamingos card with the clearly besotted stamp set that I just got in the mail the other day from Simon Says Stamp. And I will do my best to put a link in the description box below for that. I had planned to put a link to their store, the actual store, which the price is a little bit cheaper, but they're sold out. So I will try to link it in the event that they get it back in. And that way, if you want to purchase it, you can purchase it from them. And Kim from Kimber Creations, these are the flamingos I was talking about sending you some stamped images from. So let me know if you like them. All right, everybody, I will make sure that the colors are on the screen that I use, and they're pretty basic here. I use R20, 12, and 32 for the pink, and then I use C3, 5, and 7 for the black on their legs. And I just, again, put down my base coat of R20. Then I go back in with my 32 to put in all of the shadows. That's my darkest color. And again, I want it to appear as if it's round and has more of a globe-like design. So what I did was I put my shadows on the left and the right and my highlight in the center. I did it for the body as well as the head. And I'm working as if my light source is directly in front of me. I don't know why I always do that, but that's the way I roll, I guess. I don't know. That's what I do. I don't know why, and I really don't know why. But I guess I'll have to think about that. I don't know. But so that's how I work, and I'm just showing you here again. I did one more of the flamingos so that you could see. This one's a little bigger, and I know it's difficult to see any detail in the first one right now, and that's because I stamped it with Memento Rosebud ink, and I just didn't want the harsh black line. But I will go over anything that's supposed to be black. Here we go. And I use my Memento dual tip marker, and I use my EK Tools writing pen to do that, because eventually I figure out that I'm not getting as good a coverage as I want because my Memento pen's almost out of ink. And here I go with the legs, and I just put down the C3. I went in with the C7, then the C5, and then back over again with the C3 and call it done. Super easy, guys. Nothing fancy here. So there's nothing I do that anybody can't do and probably do better than I do. So please, you know, please try and practice. And if I'm able to help anybody, that's all I'm really hoping to do. And I hope that if I am any type of inspiration, that you guys let me know that, you know, whether you're way better than me or not, that at least maybe I encouraged you to do your videos and show your work. So here I am. I'm just finishing up the last of the flamingos. I showed you how I colored the first two and then went on with the rest. Now here I'm getting my Recollections 110-pound pink cardstock and cutting it down to an A2 size card base, scoring it in the center for 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I cut the black panel down to I made it at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it completely covers the card base. Then the vellum I cut at 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, and the flamingo panel I cut down to 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm just getting ready to layer everything together here. I'm going to use my ATG gun to line everything up, and boy, I struggled with that covering the entire card. I don't know why, but I did. I do better now, you know, leaving a border. So I just used some vellum adhesive from ThermoWeb, and I love that stuff because you really can barely see it. You only see it if you're looking for it. So that's really nice. And I've had it for a long time, but I will try to find it and put a link for it as well. And there's my big old pink head. I'm using my Versamark and my white embossing powder from Recollections. I believe it's called Snow. I will put a link for that as well. And just trimming a piece off to make a strip to go across the card. Now for the flamingo that I plan on putting on the top of the card, I went ahead and stamped him in Memento Tuxedo Black. I just wanted that little bit of black on the bottom to be that little pop, you know, that makes it stand out, but I didn't want it so intense that everything was stamped in it. I hope that makes sense. But I just thought it would look, you know, a little bit more finished, more put together if I stamped them in something other than the black for the base of the card. And then again, just coloring him up and finishing up the last layer there, going in again with my C3 and filling him in. Guys, I color slow. This is sped up twice and I'm pitifully slow. So I'm just finishing it up here with the last layer again. I went in, did the base layer, then did my darkest, then my mid-tone, and then my lightest all over everything again. And now we're going to, I'm going to try to give you a close-up there to see how it looks and what y'all think of it. And now I'm just going to use my scissors, my Recollections paper snips, and trim him out there. And I'm doing my best to cut as close to that black line as I possibly can. And well, I guess even with dies you would have a border, so I guess you don't have much of a choice but to, you know, fussy cut it, because I don't know if they even have dies for it. But I didn't want any of the white to show. I wanted it to be nothing but the black line. And now I'm just going to take my Memento dual tip marker and go all the way around the edges of the image so that it all looks like it's completed and you don't see the white core. And sorry I lost the footage for where I added that part on, but there is the final card. It says like birds of a feather, and then open it up on the inside. It says we flock together. And I just used some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals to pop the bird up a tiny bit. And that's it, guys. Really sweet, really fun. I loved this card. And I'll be back tomorrow with another card from the same set. Thanks for visiting me today, guys, and happy crafting. Bye.